The Ministry of Health is to provide a written report to Cabinet on Monday, explaining the chaos and confusion that plagued some vaccination sites on Saturday. Now, despite complaints by scores of affected people, the Prime Minister is defending the logistics of the vaccination program. The Prime Minister's defense came at a virtual press conference on Sunday, where he declared another zone of special operations. Now, we'll get to that story later on, but first, here's Giovanni Dennis with this report.
Saturday, outside the National Arena in Kingston.
And they send and call us and tell us that we must come in at 11. We are here from 10 and we cannot get to go in. I think it's not properly being supervised.
Also Saturday, outside the Grand Bahia Hotel in St. Anne.
How old are you, sir?
89.
And what happened to you? How long are you out here?
Roughly about 2.5 hours now.
2.5 hours at the gate here?
Get at the gate from up here and walk to reach here.
2 vaccination centers where hundreds were turned away despite some qualifying for their second jab of the COVID-19 vaccine. Against that background, the Prime Minister was questioned whether a review of the logistics is being contemplated.
The government of Jamaica has pulled together all our logistics capabilities to support the Ministry of Health, and the Ministry of Health does have some logistics capabilities as well. To my best recollection, in the planning of the initial stages of the vaccination blitz programs and the regular vaccination programs, the Ministry of National Security and the Jamaica Defence Force, those resources were brought on board, along with the resources of the Ministry of Health. Now, you will acknowledge that the Ministry of Health has been doing vaccinations in Jamaica now for going 50 years. So they do have a residual capacity, expert capacity actually, in that area.
But even with that insistence, Mr. Holness is to get a report on Monday detailing the reasons for the hiccups that plagued some vaccination centers on Saturday.
What happened yesterday, I've taken note of it. I've spoken to the minister. He has given me a verbal brief, which at Cabinet tomorrow we will get a written update as to what happened.
He said the vaccination efforts went well in most instances, but noted that some people turned up without appointments, which caused overcrowding. The Prime Minister also addressed concerns about students needing full immunization as requirement for foreign schools.
But we are working overtime, and I'm sure the Minister of Health and the Minister of Foreign Affairs will shortly bring good news to the country about supplies. So persons who have legitimate concerns about, for example, as you raised, they are not being able to matriculate because they would not be able to show that they are fully immunized, that those fears will shortly be allayed.
Giovanni Dennis, TVJ News.